Let us look at our anchor task now, children. What can we see here? We've got some birds. How many do we have all together? We've got 6. So the whole, we've got 6. We've got 6 birds in total. What else do we have down here? So look, strange looking things. These are stands. Okay, I can see now. So here's 1 stand, 2 stand, 3 stands. We've got 4 stands there. But look, each stand has got space for a bird to sit on. Yeah. How many spaces are there on each stand? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So there are 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 stands, and each stand has got space for 3 birds to sit on or stand on. Let's have a look at our question. Each stand can hold 3 birds. At least, that's quite important, at least how many stands are needed? That means at least how many of these things, of these stands, do we need before all these birds can get a space to sit down or stand up on? Okay. Now, will there be an equal number of birds on each stand? What we would like you to do is pause the video and go and investigate. Now, you might have some toy cars or drive past the shelves to help out, some counters of some sort. Could be quite useful. If not, you could do some drawings, couldn't you? And draw lines, the birds go into a different place on the stand, okay? Pause the video, give it a try, because today we are journaling, okay? So pause the video. Because we are journaling today, make sure that you explain the problem. Don't just write the equation out. I've not told you what the equation is yet. You try and do what you think it is. We'll come back to that in a moment. Write down the problem. That's not an equation. Make sure you explain what your diagrams and your drawings mean. Try and use, if you can, try and use this stem sentence here. If you get it wrong, it's okay. We're going to go through it later. It says, there are something divided into groups of something. There are something equal groups. Okay, so do some drawings, maybe a model of some kind, an equation, anything else that you think might be useful in solving this problem. Put it in your journal. Pause this video clip now, and we shall come back in a few moments, but I will go through a few things that you can add perhaps to what you do in your journal. Okay, welcome back everyone. Let's have a look at our problem again. Right, I've circled the stands because look, that is a group of 3. This is a group of 3, and this is a group of 3, and this is a group of 3. And what we need to do now is put our birds into groups of 3. I'm going to find out how many stands we shall need. So here you go. Well, there's one group of 3. Let's put them on the stand. We've got a group of 3 over here. Let's put them on one of our stands. It's a bad bird impression, I'm sorry. Right, so there we go. Do the stands have equal amount of birds on? One stand has 3, another stand has 3. These don't have any, but that's okay because we want to find out the least amount of stands that we needed. Okay, so we don't actually need these 2, so we can just get rid of those now for the time being. Don't want you, bye-bye. But with these 2 stands, have got the birds on them. So we started with our whole, our 6 birds. We put them into groups of 3. That is what we've just done. We put the birds into groups of 3. That's what this looks like now. Okay, so we put them into groups of 3. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so bird goes there. Ugh. One group of 3. There they are. One group of 3. There they are. 2 groups of 3. But let's have a look what Holly is saying down here. She says, divide 6 by 3 to find the number of stands needed. What has she done? 2 times 3. 2 times 3. Right, well that is interesting. Let's have a look at our multiples chart that we used earlier. Let us use our multiples chart now to see what Holly did. We had 6 birds. we put them into groups of 3. We didn't know how many groups we needed. We didn't know how many groups we needed. So we're going to use our multiples chart to help us. But before we do that, we're going to change our equation. We're going to use the inverse operation and think about our number families, okay? So we had the whole. We know how many were in each group. We didn't know how many groups we needed. So we don't know how many groups we need. We do know how many are in each group. There are 3 in each group. And we do know the whole. There are 6 altogether. So we have to find out this one. We've got to find out how many groups there are. Something times 3 equals 6. So let's look at our multiples charts now, okay? Are we using multiples of 8? No. We can get rid of those. Not interested in that lot. Are we using multiples of 4? No. Get rid of you. Are we using multiples of 3? Ding, 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 ding. Yes, we are. So what times 3 equals 6? Well, if you don't know that, we can use this information here to help us. Because we know we're using multiples of 3. It's in our equation. We know the answer, the whole, the product is 6. So let's go and find 6 in our multiples of 3. 0, 3, 6. There we go. I found it. And then we find out how many groups of 3 make 6. And in this case, it's 2. Okay? 2 groups of 3 make 6. 2 groups of 3 make 6. And because we know this, we can use this to help solve our division over here because of our number families. Okay? Because 2 times 3 equals 6, we can also say 6 divided by 3 equals 2. So here, what do the digits represent? 6 was the whole. We divided it into groups of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we have 2 groups. That's what the digits represent. Let us look at our stem sentence for this situation. There are 6, oh, I'll get my pen, sorry. There are 6 divided into groups of 3. There are 2 equal groups. You say it with me. There are 6 divided into groups of 3. There are 2 equal groups. Let us look at a different way of solving that equation. Earlier, we said 6 and we put them into groups of 3. Now we're going to change it so we put the whole into 3 equal groups. Okay? We're going to share the 6 birds into the 3 equal groups. And it could be as simple as 1, 2, 3 birds, 4, 5, 6 birds. So we can see that in this instance, our 3 groups have got how many birds? Let's see what that looks like from our anchor task. We're going to put 6 birds into 3 equal groups. There are our 6 birds. The equation stays the same. What do the digits represent? This time it's going to be the whole 6 birds. We're going to put them into 3 groups. And those groups will be equal. The answer here is going to tell us how many birds are in each group. So you can see that there are 2 different ways of answering this equation. We can either put the birds into groups of 3, like we did earlier. There they are, the groups of 3. and we find that there are 2 groups, or we can put the whole, the 6 birds, into 3 separate equal groups, as I have done here. 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups. Let's have a look what that looks like on the stands. There are 2 birds on each stand. How many equal groups do we have now? 1, 2, there are 3 equal groups. But we have 2 birds in each group. Let's have a look at our stem sentence. There are 6 divided into 3 equal groups. There are 2 in each group. You try it with me. There are 6 divided into 3 equal groups. There are 2 in each group. Well done. For your task, I would like you to add something onto your journal work from earlier. I would like you to draw what you can see on the screen. And I would like you to add the following to your drawings. I would like you to write an equation for each drawing. I would also like you to write the stem sentence for each drawing. Make sure that you get them the right way round. You will need to think about which diagram shows groups of 3 and which diagram shows 3 equal groups. You can always rewind the video if you are unsure. Add that information to your journal work from the start of the lesson and upload it to Class Dojo. Well done, superstars, and we'll see you soon. Bye!